Hi, physics students. So with this lab, what I want you to do is I want you to take a meter stick or a tape measure. If you use a tape measure, you have to convert it from standard to metric. But I want you to take that measuring tape and then measure, it may be a step on a ladder or area up against the wall where you can maybe put a small mark to know where you're dropping an object from. As always, get permission from your parents before you start drawing on the walls. But make a small mark, know where you're dropping this object from, and then have somebody measure the amount of time, or time how long it takes from that object to be dropped from your hand and hit the ground. And then I want you to use that time to measure that, to get that distance. So you'll have two distances. You'll have your measured distance and your derived distance. So that's what I want you to do. So just take a ball and then drop it from different heights. So if I dropped it from 86 centimeters here, I would write down my measured distance is 86 centimeters. My derived distance is the amount of time, so use the amount of time it takes to fall to the ground. So I would drop it, time that drop, and then use that time in the equation that we learned in class in order to gather that data or derive that distance. So again, grab a ball, measure a distance, so let's say it's 1 meter here, and if I drop that ball from that distance, then I'm going to measure the amount of time it takes for that ball to fall to the ground. And then I want you to put together a Google Sheet where you mark down the time, so how much time did it take to hit the ground, to drop from your hand and hit the ground, or roll off of that step on the ladder, which may be better, before it hits the ground, or you drop it from a position on the wall, and it doesn't even have to be a ball. It could be a stuffed animal, whatever. We're just checking to see if this equation is accurate, if it actually works in the real world, or if our distance, our derived distance and our measured distances are way off. So write down your measured distance, and then after you get the time, then you use the equation to get your derived distance. And I want you to do this maybe about 10 times. Okay, and then put together some images in Google Sheets, fill out that lab write-up form that I gave you, and you guys will be good to go. Okay, so I hope this helps. Keep working. I hope you guys enjoy this lab. I love physics because this is where it gets good, because you guys get to actually see physics in action and see that it allows us to predict evidence or predict things around our environment and get really good and accurate measurements. So you guys have a great day, and I'll see you back in the next Zoom meeting.